into alleged impropriety at the Public Investment Corporation, that's the PIC, resumes today. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange was in the hot seat yesterday. Heidi Giokos joining us now to tell us what we can expect. And just to look back a little bit on yesterday, Heidi, good morning. So the JSE in the hot seat yesterday, AO Technology coming up as well. What were they called to speak about, and what did they reveal?
So the reason why the JSE needed to testify at the Commission of Inquiry is because they are basically investigating AO Technology Solutions. And the reason why they're investigating this specific company is because there seems to be all these allegations about them tampering their interim results ending February 2018. We heard from the former CFO of AO, Heidi Giokos, a few weeks ago, where she actually said that she was told to alter the margins to reflect higher profits. And of course, this is a major red flag for the JSE, because this is basically misleading investors and presenting a company of profits that doesn't exist. And the JSE needed to testify at the Commission to explain what they're doing, how the process works. And something important as well was them basically explaining how the listing works, how a company is able to list on the main board of the JSE, the listing requirements. Something else that they also mentioned was the fact that they need to tighten up their listing requirements, because now you have a situation where at the Commission of Inquiry there are 3 companies that have raised major concerns for the JSE. It's eNCA, AO Technology and Sagamata. Even though Sagamata did not list on the JSE, there were big issues around that company as well. The JSE pulled out at the last minute when Sagamata was supposed to list because they were not complying to certain companies' acts. And you know, I must say that they didn't give very much new information. They just told the Commission this is how it works. But they did also admit that they need to tighten up their processes, make sure that regulation is followed. As difficult as it is, because you have these companies being brought up at the Commission, lots of allegations and very dodgy investments.
Well, let's talk a bit more about eNCA. Now, it seems the PIC unable to show that paper trail, despite investing billions into this energy company.
Yes, so eNCA was brought into focus last week as well, and this is an investment that not many know about because it was basically done undercover. But the PIC invested over $270 million into this company, so that goes into billions of rands. But yesterday we heard the evidence leader saying that there is no paper trail. The Commission has asked time and time again from the PIC, they need the evidence, they need the paper trail, they need the documentation, they need something to show why the PIC invested into this energy company.
Can you have none of that?
Exactly. The PIC cannot come back with any of that documentation. And the reason why this company is so dodgy is because it was insolvent when the PIC decided to invest into this. It was an oil company. They had advisors coming in to say, you should not invest into this. It does not look good. It's a US Texas-based oil company, but it also has plants in Nigeria, and it just does not look good. They have no reserves. They're basically insolvent, and the PIC, however, went in and invested that money in. And the Commission, of course, being really worried because now they're trying to get all the evidence together to explain perhaps why the PIC invested into this company, and the PIC has nothing to show for that.
Goodness, okay. And then let's talk about this former head of IT who was paid 7 million rand. It was a settlement agreement. She was suspended. But now the PIC wants her back.
Yes.
And they want the money back as well.
They want 7 million rand back. So this is what happened. Yesterday we heard from the head of HR, Chris Polwane, and he was basically just speaking about what's happening within the PIC in terms of staff, because there's a lot of instability there. Lots of people have been suspended. But the head of IT was suspended a while back, and then she was called in to a disciplinary hearing, and they basically said, we're paying you 7 million rand. We think it's best that you should leave. And she's been heavily implicated with those James Nagu emails that was sent out to the staff implicating Dan Machila and other board members. And now they want her back, and they're saying that she should give the 7 million rand back. She did testify a while back, and she said that she's willing to go back to the PIC because she's been struggling to find a job ever since she left. So we'll have to wait and see if she'll give that 7 million rand back.
She still have the 7 million. I wonder, because if she's struggling to find a job, what's happened to the 7 million rand? Okay, very, very quickly today, who's on?
We have no idea, because we never told who testifies. We'll only know around 9 o'clock.
It's a bag of surprises. Okay, yes, well, thanks very much for making sense of it all for us, Heidi Giokos. She's watching that Commission of Inquiry for us very closely.